Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here out of Houston, Texas. April 25, 2020 with a SARS-CoV-2 update. We may have heard the term the perfect storm. Perfect storm is a set of circumstances that just all come together to lead to a disaster, or at least a semi-disaster. So did we have a perfect storm for this SARS-CoV pandemic? So this is an article that'll be coming out, or at least a picture from it. The perfect storm is when the SARS-CoV virus meets the overfat population. We're going to find out that that is a huge risk factor for all types of illness. It does bad things for the immune system and makes you vulnerable to being sick. So this is the data on what helps COVID kill. I don't want to use us on that, but kill them. Because diabetes, huge risk factor, obesity, risk factor, kidney disease, risk factor, heart disease, risk factor, lung disease, risk factor, neurologic problems, risk factor, immune compromised, risk factor. Now I want you to think about that. Immune compromise is actually less of a risk factor than diabetes and obesity and lung problems. Isn't that interesting? Liver disease, another problem. Then it says no underlying conditions, 3% of deaths. Well, maybe their underlying condition was they were 90 something years old, right? I don't know if that's considered an underlying condition, but pretty fascinating. We can look at further, right? So this was out of Massachusetts, just published this week. Average age of the person who died, 81 years old. That's probably an underlying condition and a predisposition towards death. By the way, even them, 97.5% had some type of underlying condition on that. So that's gonna, the 2.5% didn't, maybe they were over 80 years old as well. When we start looking at Italy, remember Italy was getting a lot of press because it appeared their fatality rate was so much higher. And then on reevaluation by the National Institutes of Health, only 12%, that means 12 out of 100, actually died from the coronavirus, even though 88 of 100 said that. For round numbers, 9 out of 10 people were listed as a corona death when they were not a corona death. That's something that has to make you think, why in the world would they do that? And what was the age of death there? 79.5 was the average age of death. Now, we can predict the death rate around the world. We've been doing it accurately for 70 years. This is very, very easy to look up. End of death rate at the end of 2019 was 7.579 per 1,000 people. Now, let's look forward and see where we actually are. So instead of 0.00759, we're actually at 0.00760. Looks pretty doggone accurate. And do you see a little upturn coming at that chart? I think they predicted that. This seems like we're right on the money, but here are the numbers through today. 7,780,163,168 people at the time I shot this, 115 days in the book. At the projected death rate, we would have 18,554,414 deaths. That was at the end of 2019. What do we actually have? 18,573,815. Difference of 19,401, but did it go up a little? Was it projected to go up? Maybe. Maybe we're exactly on the money. So fascinating there. I started looking up the First Amendment and freedom of speech, and there's something that doesn't have freedom of speech, and that, by the way, is considered a threat. You are not free to threaten. So here's what it says. A true threat is a statement that is meant to frighten or intimidate one or more specified persons into believing that they will be seriously harmed either by the speaker or by someone, it says, acting on the speaker's behest, right? Or how about something? What if I said the boogeyman is going to get you? Well, that's kind of a threat, isn't it? I like this quote: don't fear the enemy who attacks you, fear the friend who hugs you, right? The fake friend who hugs you. So think about that for a moment. Are there fake friends out there offering a fake peace offering that have an agenda which may not be in the best interest of you and or the world? Great data here. So this was a White House briefing yesterday, and it's pretty interesting. They found out when you look at the sun, if the COVID virus is exposed to the sun, its half-life, even at 70, 75 degrees, goes down to 2 minutes from 18 hours. From 18 hours, that's times 60 minutes an hour. If my math is right in my head, that's 1,080 minutes goes down to 2 minutes. That's a huge, huge drop. And if you sneeze, how long does it last outside in the sun? Approximately 1.5 minutes. So should we be outside? Maybe we should be. Maybe we should be in the sun. So what about these people that are talking about the second wave? Well, hey, get outside and we can kill that doggone virus. And what if we have herd immunity? What if the people that are going to be exposed are exposed? How much of that virus is going to go around? Much, much, much less. And do we have other data about that? How about this publication that talked about open air treatment of the influenza pandemic? Look it up, look at the data, and you'll find out that this was very effective. Some comparisons show 3 times as effective as a closed air hospital. Finally, Scientific America published this, how happiness boosts the immune system. We want to be happy, we want to be healthy. Those things go together. Do sad and healthy go together? They don't. Do paranoid and healthy go together? They don't. Does fearful and healthy go together? They don't. So let's be happy, let's be healthy, and let's help the whole world enjoy beautiful sunlight and put this behind us. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.